And welcome to the 2018 MCLA National Championship game powered by Under Armour. The #1 seed Chapman Panthers taking on the #3 seed Michigan State Spartans with the trophy on the line. I'm Chris Marshall, joined by Ryan Powell and EJ Freeman, who will be roaming the sidelines. And this is what the season all comes down to. One loss between these two teams on the season. Chapman with the unblemished record. One loss coming to Liberty on the Michigan State side of things. But both of these teams deserving to be here today and expecting a real clash of titans.
Yeah, this is going to be a really good game, really good lacrosse game. Both high-powered offensive teams, but they also got good defenses as well. So, you know, as it should be, you get the teams that are playing here in the championship game. It's those most well-rounded teams that can get it done both on the defensive end, get good goaltending play, and then have a high-powered offense.
And this broadcast, like every broadcast here in Salt Lake City at the Regional Athletic Complex, fully interactive. Send us your tweets using the hashtag you can see top left, MSUVChap, as well as find me on Twitter at CMarshallLSM. We will get to as many of your questions as we can. Let us know where you're watching from, who you are rooting for, and who you think is going to come away with the hardware. These two teams led by a very experienced coaching staff, Dallas Hartley at the helm for the Panthers, Cam Holding, an accomplished player in his own right, but at the helm for Michigan State. Michigan State playing their first ever championship match in the MCLA. The Chapman Panthers, their third consecutive trip to the trophy game, coming away with the title in 2016, falling to Grand Canyon in 2017. But these two teams have certainly been the class of the tournament so far.
Yeah, absolutely. They're both very well coached ball clubs. Chapman's no stranger to be on this stage. They're leading the pack right now in the MCLA Division I. Their name is always up in the conversation as the top team in this league. And Michigan State's got a chance to do something about that today.
And both these teams extremely effective at the face-off X in their semifinal matchups. This is going to be one to watch. Halliburton in white for the Panthers, Stevens in green for the Spartans, and they go to battle as the first one goes Chapman's way. And what a nice look as that one goes to Jack McKeon. First D-Midi off the board for the Panthers. And both these sidelines getting amped. Now, a couple of the guys for both of these teams have been spectacular so far in this tournament, but who should we look out for on the offensive side for the Panthers?
Well, yeah, I mean, they're just a couple star players for their team. If you haven't watched Chapman play before, you got to keep your eye on number 7, Dylan Gardner. He's a senior. This will be his last go. And he is just an extremely crafty player, plays position angles for an attackman better than anybody I've seen at this level. So has a really good understanding of the game. And then Bonham, 8, he's a little bit more of a catch and shoot type guy, but he can certainly bring it.
And that's a solid recovery after Donovan lost his footing. Something to watch. The rain has stopped, but in between games it was raining as hard as we've seen it all day. And there's a good stick as we see Garner come up with it again, but popped out. And that one given to the goalie, Kevin Boland, who had himself an evening against BYU in the semifinal.
Yeah, he sure did. Like I said in the last game that we just got done watching, between St. Thomas and North Dakota State, I've seen it all week. There's been great goaltending play. And Boland was certainly phenomenal last night, and Michigan State's going to need him to play another strong one here today.
And when you get to this level, not a whole lot of holes in either of these teams, but on the offensive side for the Spartans, who do you like?
Well, I think number 7, he really gets this offense going. Osterink, very talented big body attackman. He's a good, strong dodger. He's more of a bull dodger type of guy. He's not going to wow you with his quickness, but he's not afraid to run through sticks and get to the middle of the field. He gets to his spots, and when he gets there, he can shoot the ball at a high level.
Wind picking up a little bit is Bowman, another dynamic dodger from the midfield for the Spartans as he moves it. And here's Warren We'll tell you a great story about Warren during the broadcast today as well, as he's a big part of what the Spartans do here on offense. And there's a low-to-low ripper, that one coming from Brett Braun, and that one run out by the Panthers as they steal a possession away from the Spartans.
Great awareness there by Chapman. Running that one out, getting to the end line first. Really, really important to have your head on a swivel and be engaged in the game, and situations like that happen all the time. So that's a possession play right there by Chapman, a nice play.
And you see the Kelly green uniforms for the Spartans. That a nod to the 1963 team, 55th anniversary of the first team at Michigan State. And you can see the Michigan State across the chest, as well as the rings on the sleeves, and the old school Spartan logo on the shorts. The helmet numbers as well, a nod to the 1963 football uniforms, but they are as sharply dressed as any team we've seen here this weekend.
Hey, go Tyler! Go Tyler! Make sure popping!
Miller loses his footing as he tries to get away. Both of these teams big, strong, and athletic on the defensive side. This will be a great matchup to watch. See the two-man game going. Now the shorty matchup on Garner as he looks for the ISO. Look for the early slide from 22, Donovan. And there's the shot, and that one finds the back of the net, the laser from Benitez. And just like that, we've got our first goal of the game at the 10:55 mark. Chapman draws first blood.
Yeah, pretty simple game when it comes down to it. You got good dodgers from up top that can create a little havoc on the opposing team's defense. It was Garner getting a lot of attention, got a slide coming out from Michigan State, and he made a great pass over to his offensive threat that can straight up shoot the ball. Great Barry.
And one thing to look at, we've seen the bounces be very unpredictable today. It's feast or famine. It's either a great skip or the ball completely dies. So we'll see how these teams who had an opportunity to watch a game earlier, or at least the coaches, react to what we've seen there. And the goalies with that knowledge as well. And we saw a procedure called go against Michigan State, as it has been all Chapman at the faceoff X, 2 for 2.
Guys, just a quick thing to keep track of. Chapman's had 2 possessions. Both times Dylan Garner's gotten a short stick switched onto him. I think Michigan State might need to start playing their picks a little bit differently. Otherwise, if you get Dylan Garner with a shorty every possession, that's going to be trouble.
That's right, Dylan Garner, 5 Gs in the semifinal, added an assist. The stars shine the brightest this time of year, and he's a guy that isn't afraid of the spotlight. National Player of the Year in 2016 on that undefeated championship squad for the Panthers. There's a great look inside. Big save by Boland. And one guy to keep your eye on is the player in the 7s. That's Guinord, and he has been fantastic. One of the players we had the opportunity to talk to post-game, one of the players of the game for the semifinal. Spartans back onto the offensive side. Have not looked as comfortable here against this aggressive Chapman offense as they did against BYU 2 nights ago. But a team that really blew the doors off BYU in the third quarter. Both these teams advancing in the third quarters of their games. As they get settled in, Jay Warren working from up top has the shorty. Tries to fight through. Spartans swing it around. Osterink, you talked about his size. Quick double from the Panthers. Now Bowman working from up top. Bowman, great move, but loses the handle. A little bit of the moisture on the ball, causing it to be a little slick, but able to pick it up. Quick double look inside. Bowman tries to get the shot off. Rich does well to take up as much space as he can. Another opportunity here on the low-to-low, but that one off the mark, but backed up by Bowman as Sparty keeps the ball.
Very good offensive set there if you're Michigan State. Got to be liking what you're seeing. They're very much under control, patience, dictating tempo right now. That was some really good ball movement and generated a really nice shot.
Switch onto Warren. Keeps the shorty matchup. Ostrink keeps the ball high. Both Pistner and Osterink, an awful lot of size behind them. They're not afraid of contact. Now Blake Turner. And back to Bowman. Saw this Spartan offense really take their time, especially in the first half against BYU. Start to feel out the defense as we see our first timer on call of the day. Bowman now. Low to high. Rich eats that one up.
Been very impressed watching Chapman play. They got great composure, play with a lot of confidence, good understanding of the game of lacrosse. They got good patience, and they do a great job in the clear game. Of all the teams that I've seen, it doesn't seem like Chapman gets rattled in any situation. They just stay composed, and nice clear right there. Get it to your offensive superstars, 7 or 8, and let them go to work.
And there's Howren working from up top. The freshman, one of the players of the game in the semifinal. There's a nice lift from the Spartans. Disrupts the pass. And now Bonham. It's brushed off the pick. Nearly had an opportunity. Good recovery by Michigan State. Again, get the shorty matchup. There's the push, and that one finds the back of the net. Does it? Right on the line, and he's in the crease. Chapman sideline wanted the push, but the refs have been letting them play today. Oh, and going back the other direction, goose right to the Michigan State player. And that's Samuel Robbins, looks for help, and he gets it from Turner. You get a replay here in the picture-in-picture as you see that one go in, clearly in the crease. Leave it up to you at home as to whether or not you think that was a push, but the officials here did not.
That's always it's the toughest call in lacrosse to make. You know, that guy's lowering his shoulder, Gardner in that situation, trying everything he can to get in front of the cage. And, you know, sure, there's a little bit of contact, but.
And there's that one, the shot. That one hits one of the defenders. Osterink powers through, gets the ground ball. See if he tries to turn the corner. He doesn't, moves it up top. And there's a shot from outside. The bouncer finds the back of the net. And that one from Pister gets Sparty on the board. The tie game is on. Just under 5 minutes to play here in the first.
Pistner with a great dodge to the top side here. A lot of the eyeballs from the Chapman defensive unit that were out there. They went to Osterink, who got the ball behind the cage. He found Pistner. And a great one-man dodge to get top side. Shoot and bury off the bounce. We talked about that skip and the surface being a little bit wet and unpredictable here. That's one of those examples right there. There wasn't a ton of heat on that shot, but it took a little bit of a funny kick off this wet grass surface.
And that's what we've seen. It's been an unpredictable surface for the goalies coming off the shots. And keep an eye on that. That's the second procedure call going against Stevens. He's going to have to be careful. He draws another one, it'll be a 30-second penalty.
Yeah, watching Stevens, you know, in last night's competition, I really felt like he was going to be pretty dominant at the faceoff X, and apparently I didn't do my homework and get enough credit to the Chapman faceoff man who's very talented in his own right.
Yeah, and both these players made exceptional adjustments in the second half. Stevens able to win 6 draws in a row on that 6-goal run for the Spartans in the third quarter. And Halliburton 10 for 13 in the second half in terms of his face-off. So both of those players instrumental in the runs for these teams in the semifinal games. Tyler Miller. Nice wrap check. The Spartans defender. Nothing coming easy for either of these teams on the offensive side.
Yeah, 23 for Michigan State, Samuel Robbins. He's a very good short stick defensive midfielder.
Bonham able to chase that one down. Gets it back to Miller. Miller with the shorty matchup. But Robbins hanging tough. And there's the low to high rip, just off the mark.
Go get it! George, go get it! George!
There's McKeon. See, brings it in. You get another look at this one on the picture-in-picture. That one just off the mark. And there's a shot clock violation.
That's the first one that I've seen the entire week. We've seen the shot clock slapped on different teams, but that was the first violation that I've seen.
Again, testament to the strong defense for Michigan State.
Guys, just a quick thing I've noticed on a couple of these Michigan State clears, Chapman's setting up in almost a soft or sort of half 10-man ride so they can jump into it if they need to.
And that one from 16 yards out, gobbled up by Rich once again. And Bowman unable to break through. McKeon coming up.
No, Bowman's got to do a little something with that shot, Chris. You know, he's got some time and room there, but he's bringing it sidearm and going right stick side high. Got to get that ball placed in one of the corners.
Got a question come in from MSU Laxer about what you think about the face-off, and some calling to take it out of the game. I, for one, think it's an important piece. Maybe an option bringing the ball out at the end like basketball.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the face-off. I think that there's too much in terms of the history of the game of lacrosse to be touching that at this point. I think that it's a pretty specialized position, but like we saw in the last game that we just witnessed, I mean, it comes into play so much. And, the overtime frame in that situation, it go either way.
A couple more coming in here. T. Zach McCullough, you know what to do. So lots of fans here out on the Twitter tweeting in, so definitely keep those coming. Love to hear from you guys as Chapman works through their progressions. Final 50 seconds of the quarter. See if they can get a shot there. And that one, thinking about the shot before he makes it. Big defensive play, nice ground ball by Chapman as they're able to pull it out. That was Parker Core on that one, and he had a big day in the semifinal. Garner able to turn the corner, takes the shot, scores the goal, his first of the day, and the lead is back to 1 for the Chapman Panthers with 27 to play in the first quarter.
Dylan Garner, great dodge from behind the cage. The reason that he's one of the best players in MCLA Division I is because of his ability to go right or left-handed. He's a threat to go either way. He's got a great understanding. He's not afraid to take the ball into the middle and get hit. He scored a lot of big-time goals in his career for Chapman, and that's a huge one right there. Bring their lead back up to 1. But if you're Michigan State, you got to really look to slide a little bit earlier. You know that number 7's the top player from Chapman. You got to slide to him.
There's Gnord on the low-to-low. 14 seconds to play. And there's Osterink turning the corner himself. Takes the shot. That one just misses the top of the cage. 9 seconds. It's Pissner looking for some help. Loses the handle. They're losing his footing. And that's how the first quarter of action is going to end. But this one every bit as tight as we've been expecting it to be. 2-1 in favor of the number 1 seed Chapman over the 3 seed Michigan State. What have you been seeing out there?
I think it's been a really good game. Good first quarter. The ball was up and down. Both teams had some good offensive possessions. And, not too many turnovers. So pretty well executed first quarter of lacrosse. I think both the coaches are pulling their ball clubs in right now and tell their teams to continue to play with that intensity and passion and leave it all on the field. And, I think that if you're Michigan State, the only adjustment that I'd see out there right now is you got to go quicker to 7. When Dylan Gardner has the ball and he's dodging from behind the cage, a slide needs to go to him. He's as crafty as they come, and he's got the really high level or really high ability to go by anybody in this league that guards him.
And then you got some shooters coming from up top from that Chapman squad as well, with David Horwin, Parker Core, and Fran Benitez, as they've shown themselves as capable shooters. Got a great look at Coach Cam Holding there, talking to his boys. And again, make sure to keep those tweets coming. Use the hashtag MSUVChap. You can find me at CMarshallLSN. Got a tweet coming in. Go Town, Roll Town. That one from Michelle Mendoza, former Chapman women's player, now high school coach in Southern Cal. Tuning in, so thanks for those tweets. But love to hear from you guys at home as we get ready to start the second quarter of action. Saw the first face-off win of the day for Stevens. And again, we talked about how successful he was, especially in the third quarter. The stat lines for both face-off guys pretty close to 500 in their semifinal matchups. But when their team really needed a draw, they were able to come up with it.
Yeah, a couple high-level face-off guys that are on display here today. It's going to be interesting to see how this battle shakes out.
And saw the face-off guys warming up for Michigan State. Hunter Stevens out there, sleeveless shirt, 48 in rain. He doesn't care, but EJ's out there. He's got his coat on.
I do. I'm trying to stay dry out here, guys. I was in the Michigan State huddle there. First thing they talked about was on defense against these wing dodges that Chapman's going with. They just confirmed how they want to slide to those. They want to come from the crease when the wing dodge goes under. And then on offense, they feel like they haven't really tested Chapman yet. Look for them to get some two-man game with Osterink and Pissner behind the cage. They feel like they might be able to have an advantage there. Back to you guys.
And you got to lean on your star players. I think it's fair to say Osterink and Pissner are in that category for Michigan State. Both big bodies. And Pissner listed at 6 foot 160, but I suspect he has been in the weight room some since the program was printed. Looks bigger than that. Chapman working through the offense. It's McGurk. Parker Core looking for some help. I have to say I've been extremely impressed with Samuel Robbins and his short stick defense. It's 23 for the Spartans. And a question coming in there. And that one batted out. Parker Core picks it up. And McGurk turns the corner, looks inside, can't find his guy. But that one's going to come up. Chapman. And the officials letting him play. So Horwin take a hit down low. Jogging gingerly back. That would be a big loss, but he's going to stay on. See if he's going to be able to get off the field as he's chasing 32 down here. And he is. Good hustle play from the freshman. That's the Spartans take their time moving the ball up the field. Bolin takes the shot full field, but Rich is there for it. And interesting, we heard EJ talk a little bit about that soft 10-man.
Yeah, I like that out of Chapman and what they do on that ride game. That's a zone ride that they're doing. They get their 3 attackmen up high, and it really clogs up the middle of the field, and it's making it hard on Michigan State in that situation. But on top of that, not only being in the correct spot, it's also the effort. Saw the Chapman midfielders, all 3 of them running around and cutting down angles and shutting down looks for Michigan State. So great job by Chapman in the ride, and a well-deserved turnover, earned turnover.
Garner gets it up to Miller. And we've seen Chapman historically run their 4th attackman out of the box, try to get some matchups going. And that's Lee turning it around. And there's a shot from outside. Great save. And that one nearly pushed in by his own man. But Boland is there to make the save. And that's a dangerous pass. But Boland able to come up with it.
Way to stay with it, Bowman. You know, you got your head up there. That's one of those scary moments there that you know someone's coming after you.
Yeah, 6'2", 195.
Keep your eye on the ball and catch it.
Coming downhill. Ostrink. Kistner back up to Warren. There's a switch from Chapman. And now Turner back up to Bowman. Quick slide as Bowman moves it. Turner looking for a shot, takes it, and he scores the goal. We are knotted back up at 2 as the patience of the Spartan offense paying off.
Yeah, this is all Blake Turner right here. Great dodge, one-man effort right here. Rolls back, puts it in his left hand, and then as we've seen so many times, it's all about those perfectly placed shots. That one's down in the low 90. You don't always have to be the guy that shoots the ball 100 miles an hour. If you can come with a nicely placed shot, you can find great success, as we saw right there by Blake Turner.
And that one won by Halliburta. So he flips it back. But let's see. That one's going to stay in, and that one thrown right into the middle. Dangerous pass. See if Ostrink's going to be able to run it down. He is.
So one thing I'd say about Michigan State's offense right now, Ostrink's got to get more involved. You're here on the big stage. He's standing out on that right wing and really letting the game come to him. And you're here in the championship. He's got to be a little bit more aggressive to pop in and pop out, get the ball, use that big frame of his, and do some dodges from that right wing, or get in a little 2-man game with some picks.
Working on Nick Toda. And Toda drew the matchup with Ellis in the semifinal game. Another big, strong attackman for South Carolina. He was able to hold his own. So certainly a matchup to watch as this game goes on. Bull dodge by Warren. Trying to get free. Almost that same play that we just saw them make. Ostrink unable to come up with the ground ball. Here comes Chapman off to the races.
They got numbers. Keep pushing.
See if they move it, opt to pull it out. And that one is not going to stay in as it goes back the other direction. A wasted play after Kip Blanchard made a tough ground ball and pushed it upfield.
Let's see if Michigan State can find the recipe to get this ball across the midfield line, and they do. They had that, Chapman had that same zone ride slapped on him right there. Michigan State had a midfielder a little bit more aggressive and find an opening to come get the ball. So they clear it into the offensive end, and we'll see what they can do here. Frustrating turnover there for Coach Hartley for Chapman. Guys work so hard at the defensive end to pick up a ball, great ground ball, clear it into the offensive zone, and then your short stick, D. Mitty throws a bad pass down by the ankles of his teammate.
There's Ostrink working that two-man, just like you said, Brian. Gets the shot off, but Rich is up to the challenge. Ostrink up top to Meyer as they swing it around the horn. Comes Nate Newman. Michigan State continuing to attack the short sticks. Here comes Meyer downhill. And the physicality from these two teams, both of them going very hard. And there's the low to high rip. That one just off the mark. Backed up by Ostrink. Spartans bring it in once again.
Little 1-4 Mumbo look right here. Both their wings come and pick the crease, pop out. Great little offense to get some movement going out of your team. Really forces movement out of your offensive players, but it's making Chapman talk through picks and keep their head on a swivel, adjust to that situation. So I like the little wrinkle Michigan State just threw into it.
And there's Pistner with the low to high lasers. That one finds the back of the net. Bowman with the great look across the crease. And just like that, the Spartans have their first lead of the game at 3-2.
Pistner, great shot. Yeah, great shot. Good place shot. Had a little time and room. Great feed over the top of the defense. And, you know, if you're Chapman, number 5's got to be your guy that you should be focusing on a little bit more. That kid can flat out shoot the rock. So when he's got the ball in his stick, those defensemen need to be crashing to him ASAP. They were a little bit late to come on him that time. When he's got that kind of time and room, he knows how to bury the ball.
And that's the third one. We mentioned that in the first quarter. Going to be a man-up opportunity for Chapman, the first of the game. Both teams playing pretty clean, aside from the 3 false starts. But big opportunity for Chapman to get this one back to even.
They got a really good unit down here. Wearing white. Chapman very talented on the man-up opportunities. They've been playing really strong in this area throughout the course of this week, and they experience success in this man-up unit, or with this man-up unit, because they keep the ball extremely high. It goes from one guy's stick to the next. They let the ball do the work, and then they also do some nice movement behind the play. You know, when they're the guy that's got the ball, the other 5 guys are moving. So they'll have a good set here that's going to get engaged just in another couple more seconds here and really put some pressure on the Michigan State defense.
And Howard from outside with 1 second left on the penalty. He finds the back of the net. The light's not too bright for the freshman as he ties the game up at 3. And again, you hear Garner on the assist.
No doubt about it. A lot of stuff goes through Garner. He's got a great understanding of the game. In that situation, you're man up. You're trying to pinch down, get that defense to collapse on you, and it opens up shooting lanes for your teammates. That's exactly what Dylan Gardner did. He stepped down just a little bit, made a great feed right on Howren's stick, and he buries to the back of the net.
And that one won. Haliburda once again. Keon showing his wheels.
Haliburda's been the man at the face-off X here in the first half. We'll see if that can change throughout the course of the game, or if it will change, but so far it's been all Haliburda.
Yeah, 1 draw going Sparty's way so far today. The other 7 going the Panthers' way. Haliburda. But again, we saw Stevens makes great adjustments at the break against BYU. So these two go into battle. Parker Core playing a little 2-man game with Garner. Garner takes the shot. That one off the mark. That's a good lift by Donovan, backed up by McGurk. McGurk looking to turn the corner. Again, good solid defense. Individually, both these teams have been very good defensively. Parker Court turns the corner, takes the shot. That one stays in, picked up by Bonham.
Really like what Chapman is doing with Dylan Garner, number 7. He's being very active, and they got him going quite a bit in this two-man pick game on this side. Whether he has the ball in his stick and Core is setting a pick for him, or vice versa. But when you got your top player that draws so much attention as number 7 Dylan Garner does, you got to utilize him.
And that one, another quick goal in the fast break as Pistner is really feeling it today, and he gets another one to his name.
Hey, you know what I told you just a few minutes ago, don't you?
I do,
Pistner
I remember.
can flat out shoot this ball. Transition situation, they get it down to number 5. And just keep your eyes on the placement and this rocket shot right here. Not much that goaltender can do. Sticks it up in the upper 90. Huge goal by Michigan State. That's one of those energy goals. The whole sideline just exploded and went nuts, including Coach Cam Holding. So these guys are fired up, and great transition goal for that ball club right there.
And that comes down to an excellent play from Andrew Clay, 33, the takeaway on Bonham. And he made that play happen. Excellent team goal. And that one picked up by the 7s. Genord looking for help, and he gets it. And that one picked off, dangerous pass. Garrett Brewster gets the ball to Bonham. Got a fun fact coming in on one of the tweets here. Look at Garrett Pucci Stemler for the Panthers. He's wearing number 6, part of that second midfield unit. His older brother Harrison was a 2009 Tewaaraton finalist at Brown. So some family tradition there. Thanks for that one, Patrick Brown. Keep those tweets coming. And got a question coming in from Mike Lax Filter. Wants to know if the muddy field conditions are a benefit for, thinks that they're a benefit for Michigan State. Wants to know what you think. Turns the corner, that one off the lid of Boland as he's staying big. And the near official makes the call away from the far official.
Well, you got to have possession of the ball. Unless, and if you don't, they still treat it as a shot. So although he tried to scoop up that ball, the referee didn't consider that possession, and he thought it was still a shot, so it stays with Chapman.
And what a save by Boland. As Donovan trying to chase it down, working through the double.
Chapman just swarming after the ground balls right now in their offensive end. They're getting plenty of second chance opportunities, and that's all heart.
Boland keeping Sparty in the game right now. McGurk looking for help. Gets it from McKeon. McKeon takes the shot. And that one's out. McGurk and the officials letting him play. We saw this in the Division II game. Refs letting the players decide the contest. Bonham going on Clay, turns the corner, takes the shot and scores the goal, and he makes up for Clay taking the ball away from him on that last possession. And Chapman ties things back up at the 2:27 mark.
Nice goal. Nice goal there by Bonham.
He's able to
Just a
put
great
the defender
dodge.
on skates here.
Switches to his right hand, brings it back to his left. Nice bouncer to the far side. We talked about 7 Garner and 8 Bonham being the 2 stars on the offensive end for Chapman.
And there's another one. Halliburton appears to be in the head of the Spartan face-off men, as that one was going against Corey Yeager. Yeager, a player, experienced player, taken over 50 draws this season. The majority of them went to Hunter Stevens, but two different options so far by the Spartans.
You got to try some different options because it's a one-sided affair right now, and he is certainly in the head of the two Michigan State face-off specialists.
Chapman working through their offense again here. They scored a goal 29 seconds into their last 30-second penalty, and it was 21 coming from up top. Oren. And they didn't get a shot off here, opting just to take some of the time off the clock.
That's really good defense out of Michigan State on the man-down situation. Much needed stop, but they were doing a great job with communication. The rotation was rock solid the entire possession.
Nice to see the sun out here enjoying a Division I MCLA championship game. That's a great lift on the backhand. Let's see if he can come up with the ground ball. Fights through the double again. That one stays in bounds. Garner able to come up with it, absorbs the pressure, and now he's got the shorty. But excellent man ball work by the Panthers there, 2-on-1, after an excellent individual play by C.J. Deal defensively. Nice recovery by the Spartan defender, Dibzinski. Not a whole lot of room for Chapman to work here. Defense playing very tough.
Well, we talked to Coach Cam Holding a few days ago. He's got a lot of confidence in his defense. He thinks that's the bright spot here for Michigan State. And he said, you know, yeah, we know BYU has a high-powered offense, but our defense is very high-powered.
I have to agree with him there. And they've trotted out a number of different polls today. See what the call is here. Going to be a timeout for Michigan State. Now with 3 seconds to play in the half. Is enough time to get something going?
Yeah, there's enough time to get a shot off. I'd say that, you know, maybe you give it to Osterink right here. And the big body for Michigan State, number 7, and come with a quick pick on the guy that's guarding him and see if he can get his hands free to throw in a last-second desperation type shot.
I mean, as they say, stranger things have happened. But 3 seconds, going to have to get something quick.
Yeah, guys, they're going to start the ball with Osterink here and put 2 guys in front of the goalie as a screen and try to shoot it basically at their feet and have them jump.
Osterink going to be holding the ball up top. Probably going to pack a bunch of traffic right out in front here.
I've seen a big-time goal scored like this before. Canton Tech in upstate New York, game winner.
And what a play defensively by Kemp Blanchard. They don't even get the shot off as Osterink cannot get his hands free. And just like that, we go into the break, 4-4. It was 4-3 in our first game, and we know how that turned out. Double overtime thriller. This one on pace to do the same. What do these teams got to do here coming into the second half?
It does give you the sense that this one's going to go to OT too. That's that type of game. These are 2 very evenly matched squads. Chapman's got some great firepower on the offensive end. Michigan State's got a really good defensive unit. We're seeing good goaltending play both ways. And it's going to come down to the little things. I would think that Michigan State's got to find a way to win a couple more face-offs. And both teams can't be sloppy in the middle of the field. They got to take care of business and clear the ball.
All right, we're going to send it over to EJ, who's with Cam Holding here at the break.
Coach Holding, you guys managed to keep Chapman to 4 goals there in the first half. What was the secret to holding them down a little bit?
Again, I mean, we went over this last game. We have a solid defense. They're going to shut them down. We got to do a good job in the second half and keep maintaining. Need to get the ball at the face-off X and possess on O.
What's the message here at halftime? Any adjustments coming out?
You know, we just got to execute. Like I said, we haven't had the ball. We haven't had an opportunity to capitalize. I mean, I think we've only had 5 or 6 shots, and we've got 4 on the board, so we just got to keep them coming.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck. Back to you guys.
That was Michigan State head coach Cam Holding, and we're going to send it into the break. 4-4, the Division I MCLA Championship to be decided in the next 30 minutes of action. I'm Chris Marshall alongside Ryan Powell and EJ Freeman. We'll be right back for the second half of action.
Big time second half coming up. Let's go.
2018 MCLA National Tournament powered by Under Armour. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back to the 2018 MCLA Championships powered by Under Armour. We are in Salt Lake City, the Regional Athletic Complex, as we see Chapman go out and win another face-off. Alberta takes the shot, that one off the pipe. And then you see the footing right there as Garner slides in on his knees. And I know EJ caught up with Coach Hartley right before the play started. What did you hear from him?
I did get a chance to catch up with Coach Hartley from Chapman. He said he feels really good about what their defense is doing and what they're doing at the face-off X. His concern was on the offensive end. He wants his guys to share the ball, work harder off ball. He thinks it's getting a little bit ugly and one guy's trying to do everything too much. He wants them to share the ball a little bit more. Look for them to continue attacking from the wings here. He likes the pressure that's putting on the Michigan State defense. Maybe a little more from X as well here in the second half. Back to you guys.
Thanks, EJ. And Chris Marshall here with Ryan Powell up in the skybox. Finally, nice to have a little bit of weather coming our way as we see Bowman with it up top.
Yeah, it's getting so nice right now. I think I'm going to turn off this little heater unit that we have up here in the box.
Yeah, I might switch to iced coffee or iced espresso in the espresso machine. Started with hot cocoa.
I'd really hate it if you guys started breaking a sweat up there.
Well, might call the fourth quarter from the hot tub. We'll see how it goes. Ostrink again working on Toda. That's been a fun matchup all game. Now Jay Warren coming from up top.
It's a good matchup right here. It's a good matchup to watch, but Ostrink is really tough.
What a save by Rich as you see the one come inside, but we're going to get a flag down. Look like it's going to be for a high hit. That one going against Blake Turner as the official comes over. It's going to be a cross check, but tough break for Chapman after Rich makes a spectacular save on the doorstep.
He sure did. Ostrink finds Turner down low. Better goaltending plays. Excellent execution on the offense there by Michigan State. Great save by the Chapman netminder. And that hit did come in a little bit late and a little high. I thought it was a good call.
And we've seen the officials out there protecting the players. Bowman working from up top. Pissner thinks about it, opts to pull it out. Brett Braun now back to Pissner as they get the rotation working. Ostrink turning the quarter, get the skip pass. Gets to Bowman. Bowman can't bring it in. Picked up by Harding. And there's the low to high rip. And that one off the mark. Backed up by Braun. 24 seconds left on the penalty. Tough pass inside. Looks like that one's going to stay in. And it does as Harding runs it down. And back to even strength.
Really good job by the man down unit there for Chapman.
And that one finds the back of the net as Pissner once again feeling it. He's got the hot hand.
You know, I just got done saying that was excellent rotation. Coach Hartley was throwing in a little bit of a wrinkle there by shutting off Osterink a couple times throughout that possession. And I gave a lot of credit to the Chapman man down unit, but one thing that they didn't do a very good job was their communication on matching up with the correct bodies once that penalty got released. Chapman penalty was released, and the guys were a little bit helter-skelter and didn't do a good job of sounding off about what guy that they were going to go and guard, and they left the wrong guy wide open, number 5, Charlie Pistner, and he, like I said before, can flat out shoot the rock, and he showed it again right there with a little low to high riser.
Now McGurk gets it up. Horan and over to Parker Core. Chapman looks to tie this game up. Got another tweet coming in from Nate Barris, former long pole for the Panthers, saying good luck, Chapman.
Got a lot of the boys tuning in, a lot of the alumni for Chapman tuning into this game.
Yeah.
I had my favorite all-time Chapman player. Remember what I said? Warren Nielsen.
Warren Nielsen.
He reached out to me this morning. Said, thanks for the shout-out, RP.
Yeah, and Warren Nielsen, great player.
Great goaltender.
Man, good guy, too, tell you what. That was Stemler, and that great little handle by Bonham. The sideline calling for the Panthers to keep the ball hot. Parker Core, he's by his guy. Loses his footing.
Now Garner's got him caught in a little cat-mouse game. The important thing here for Chapman, you got to have all 5 guys working extremely hard up in front of the cage. They should be cutting for him, popping out, little quick slip picks, and you can find success with that. If they're doing a good job of moving right here, Garner should be able to pick this apart.
Garner turns the corner. He might have caught high a little bit, then gets the shot off, and that one hits the pipe. And the timer on has been waved off as that one hit the frame. Not even sure he was able to get that shot off at all.
He's a crafty player. He's a superstar player here in the MCLA. Like you talked about, player of the year a couple years back, and has had an unbelievable career during his time at Chapman. And he's looking to play big here in the final.
Barnum turns the corner, takes another shot, and scores a goal very similar to the goal we saw him score in the first half. And it is 5-5 as the Panthers immediately answer the Spartans' goal.
Yeah, very similar, just on the other side of the field. The kid shows that he can play both ways. He's got 2 hands there. His first goal of the game came on a little dodge back to his left hand, his strong hand. That one he gets to the right side of the cage and puts a nice bouncer down past the Michigan State netminder. So Bonham showing that he can do it both ways. Big time goal by Chapman to even this thing up at 5s.
Another battle going on at the face-off X. And that one kicked out. It's going to stay in. And Stevens, last one to touch it before it goes out. Unlucky play for the Spartans. Wasn't sure which one that would have gone if he hadn't touched it. You see Braun gets sent back into the box by the officials as no one had gained possession. And Keon brings it in. And interesting to see Jack McKeon get pretty good burn as a part of this midfield unit. Played primarily D-mid during the season. Only had 3 goals coming into today. Still has 3. And MSU Laxer wants to know that the Michigan State alums are chiming in as well. So we love all the tweets from everyone tuning in, so keep them coming. See the hashtag top left MSUVChap. You can find me at CMarshallLSN. Both these teams well represented on the sideline as well, traveling very well. You see the Michigan State flags as well as the Panthers tent. So a big crowd out here for today. Garner takes the shot, tries to get the sidewinder in, run down by McGurk.
Man, he's a good player. 7, Garner. Well coached in high school. Dennis Sullivan was high school coach up at Oregon Episcopal School right in Portland. Great understanding of the game, but just been so impressed with his ability to get by guys and shoot from all different angles.
And what a ground ball by Gennord. Hey, how impressed I am with him as a player. How Braun moves it. And Brett Braun, the leading scorer for this team in the regular season. And fun story, this year for Christmas, parents bought him a box of 20 pairs of brand new socks. The idea that he would wear a new pair every game this season. This game, game number 20 for the Spartans, wearing the final pair of new socks in that box, hoping to come away with the championship.
That's pretty awesome. Well thought out. Good incentive to make it to the final game. He's got to get another 20.
And there it is, Braun. Ears were burning as he finds the back of the net. What a finish. New socks probably a little soggy, but helped him turn the corner there.
Hopefully he worked out a deal with his parents that he gets another set of 20 if they win the 20th. Nice catch and step around shot here by Braun. Big time goal by Michigan State. Keep an eye on this face-off. This is going to become more and more important down the stretch here.
We saw the adjustments made in the second half for Stevens in the semifinal. This one has still been going Chapman's way, but much closer battle as you see these two trying to get that clamp. And that one pulled up by Halliburton. Let's see if he can get the ground ball, and he does. Throws that one a little high, but it's pulled in by Rich.
How about Halliburton, number 9 for Chapman? Kid is just getting it done on the middle X. He's playing huge for the Panthers right now, winning just about every single draw.
I think all but one on the day going the Panthers' way. But the score still favoring the Spartans. And Herm to Worm coming in. Here we go, Chap. Hashtag Roll Town. Another Chapman alum or midfielder. See the Panthers settle into their offense. 21 minutes to go to crown a champion. Stemler takes the shot, and that one off the goalie, off the pipe, and in. When the bounces are going your way, they're going your way, and the Panthers tie things up once again at 6 apiece. And that's a tough one if you're bowling because you got a piece of it.
Stemler, nice dodge. Unbelievable roll dodge right here. Switches to his left hand. Again, been really impressed with the ability for these players to be just as talented with one hand as the next. He starts out with a right-handed strong dodge from up top, rolls to his left hand, nice bounce shot to the back of the net.
Another thing Coach Hartley said at the break is they were going to push the wings all the way down at the bottom. Great defensive play by Deal. He loses his stick, though, and Halliburton again. Another ground ball for the Panthers, and then Bonham does well. Watch out, here comes Garner, turns the corner but misses the frame.
Guy can get shots off from all different angles. Seen it happen all week this week out here. And he's missed his mark the last 2 shots, but great moves to generate the high percentage, high quality shots.
Tyler Miller. It's great individual defense once again. Ball still down. Miller going to be able to come up with it, but he's not getting anywhere. Tries to go over the top. Miller gets free, looking for Bonham, too tall. And again, coming the other direction. CJ Deal moves it up. And that one out of bounds after a great individual effort by the Spartans. You hate to see them lose the ball that way.
Oh man, that is just so frustrating as a lacrosse player. It might go the other way.
Wow, what?
He works so hard on the defensive end, and then just to throw bad passes in that clear game absolutely kills you.
What a play by Parker Core, keeping that inbounds on this end, walking the tightrope at about 3 inches. That was right in front of us.
Yeah, that failed clear by Michigan State. You know, you could have that ball down in your offensive end right now, spinning the ball, taking a minute or two, getting comfortable, and then work your offense. Instead, no possession, and the ball comes the other way.
There's Osterink coming downhill. He's going to fight through the double. He's able to get through. Gets by both, takes the shot, and finishes. That's just great individual effort from Bennick Osterink as Spartans retake the lead.
Awesome goal by number 7, Osterink. This kid is a stud. Big body,
Deceptive
great
speed.
dodger, strong right-handed player. Nice little swim move there to get his hands free. Right in front of the Chapman netminder. And I'd like to, like I said in the first half, if you're Osterink, man, you gotta want that ball and want to go to the cage, and that's a perfect example of what can happen if he starts playing like that a little bit more here in the second half. Go get that ball, number 7, and then put some pressure on this Chapman defense. Great individual effort, good understanding of the game, got to the middle of the field for a nice bury.
And if you're Tota, you got to be able to get in front of him. When you have that double coming, give Souza an opportunity to come in and make a defensive play, but a face-off win for the Spartans as they get another chance on offense, push the lead to 2.
Sticking with Stevens, number 2 for Michigan State. Got 2 W's on the day at the face-off X, but we saw him adjust and have a much better second half in the semifinal game than he did in the first half. So he might be the type of face-off player that takes a little bit of time to figure out what the opposing team likes to do in that face-off X position, and right now he just got the last win, and that could be a good sign for Stevens and Michigan State.
Guys, on that last goal from Osterink, his helmet actually broke. The face mask pulled down from the visor, so he's over here getting fitted for a new helmet right now. Not something you see every day.
Thanks, CJ. But yeah, not something you do see very often. As he comes in, he's wearing the...
Yeah, there he goes, number 7, Osterink. He's calling for that ball. He said, hey, give me the ball. This is time right here.
Wearing Lucas Van Hoven's helmet. And able to deke the ball out to himself. Quick double. That one hot. But Gnord able to pull it in. See if this one's going to stay in bounds. It does not.
Not sure what Michigan State did there. They had 77 out there with a long stick in the offensive position, or possession rather. Ian Gnord. Not sure why he was out there, but threw a pass over and didn't connect. And another Michigan State turnover.
Well, they had the shot clock there, Ryan, so they had him on just ready for the turnover. Should get back on D.
Thanks, CJ. Guy's on fire down there. All tournament long. Best sideline reporter in the game, baby.
Absolutely.
Just trying to keep up with you guys. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you very much, buddy.
Hashtag
Appreciate
teamwork.
that.
There's Bonham coming downhill by his man once again. Takes the shot. That's a great defensive play from Andrew Clay. And he's able to get it across. Tom Smith moves it up. Now Gnord. He's able to get it across.
Got 32 teams here to start the week. The last game that's going to be played here this year in Salt Lake City. We got a great one going. Going to be able to go to lacrosseallstars.com and check out highlights and photos and videos and interviews from all the action this week. So be sure to tune into their website. coming weeks for a full recap here of MCLA Championship Lacrosse Week.
Saw Michigan State take a lot of the air out of the ball in the second half against BYU. Braun looking to get free. Now Bowman working from up top. Now Turner. No shortage of options on the offensive side for the Spartans. Bowman has the shorty. Toda shutting off adjacent against Osterink. Bowman gets the switch. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Gonna have to get a shot off. Bowman gets it, takes the shot. That one blocked. Didn't see if it hit a defender or the goalie. Still out, 3 seconds. Got to get a shot going. Cannot get it off before the end of the quarter, but a frantic defensive stand by the Panthers, and the Spartans cannot take advantage after a tough shot in traffic hit one of the defenders and pop back out. As you see this one here, that one might have hit the pipe, in fact. Let's get a good look at the replay there. But anyway you slice it, 15 minutes to play, 1-goal lead for the Spartans. Opportunity to hoist their very first championship trophy in the MCLA on the line. Panthers looking for number 2 in their 4th trip to the championship game. 5th trip, rather. 1 trophy to their name. But what do you like here in the 4th, Ryan?
I like a great ending to a awesome MCLA Championship Division I competition here. This one's going to go down. I think it's going to be a 1-goal game either way, if I had to guess right now. And, you know, you're seeing it on display. These teams can both play. They're very well coached. Both squads playing with a ton of effort and heart. It's been a really exciting game so far. If you're Chapman, you want to get the ball down there to your stars a little bit more. Michigan State in that 3rd quarter, they definitely owned the possession game.
Let's send it down to EJ, who's listening in on the huddle.
Yeah, guys, I was in the offensive huddle for Michigan State. You know, their adjustment right now for the shutoff on Osterink, they're going to play some 5-on-5. They like that extra space that affords them, and they look for a heavy dose here of Pissner and Braun in the 4th quarter. Pissner and Braun are really going to be the keys for them if they play 5-on-5 down the stretch here. Back to you guys.
Thanks, EJ.
Man, I'm not sure who does his makeup, but they do a good job in the truck getting him ready down there on the sidelines.
Looking good, and that one popped out. Picked up by Chapman, headed the other direction. That's Jack Phillips. And the unit from Chapman doing a good job after Stevens has been winning a lot of the clamps here in the second half. Chapman gets their unit on. It's Bonham working from up top. Across the top. Got Bonham working in the invert as he gets it from Stemler. Bonham having trouble getting away. Another great defensive play by Andrew Clay. Gnord pushing in the middle. Opts to pull it back out. But 33, Andrew Clay has had Bonham's number today.
Yeah, like Coach Cartley was talking about, though, for the Chapman offense, seems like the ball's getting in one guy's stick and not really moving the ball. They got to get that ball going hotter, and they got to have the other 5 guys that don't have the ball moving a lot more on offense. Right now, the last couple sets that they've had, it's been very stagnant on the offensive end. So get some picks going, and the team message has got to be to move that ball, play unselfish, and get it moving from one guy's stick to the next.
Ostring moves it to Bowman. Pick up top to Turner. 19 Jay Warren rounding out the offense, and that one shut down by Rich. The ball down on the ground. Pissner gets it. Nowhere to go as he slows it down, but a great ride as David Brewster put that one on the deck.
Osterink, number 7 for Michigan State, just a sophomore out of Florida. He's got a bright future ahead of him.
It's a double inside, ball down. Osterink comes away with it, sends it back up to Warren. Pissner, that one on the outside of the cage. As Rich was hugging that pipe. I like that matchup with the shorty. There's Parker Korback to get it. He loses his footing. Nice little step through.
Core's one of those talented two-way midfielders Coach Hartley's got with the Panthers. Does a great job in between the lines. We call his name quite a bit, but he's a major factor and a big-time contributor for this Chapman squad.
Yeah, had 3 Gs in the semifinal victory as well. McKeon appears to be getting a lot of his runs as a part of this midfield group. Benitez, Horwin. Get it back to Bonham.
Got to get Garner the ball. It's been too long. Too many offensive possessions without him trying to initiate, generate some offense for the squad.
Benitez looking to roll away from pressure. He does. Wants to get the shot off here. Gets it up top to McKeon. McKeon loses it out the back door. Picked up by Bonham, but he can't get it to go in, but a good effort. Now Garner's going to take it out of the end line.
See, all 5 guys are just standing around though, waiting for something to happen. They got to move. Need more movement out of the Chapman offense.
Bonadis gets the shot off. The save is made, and he's in the crease. Bowman coming towards the sideline. Fighting through the double, triple even. Ball knocked out by McGurk, still down on the ground. So he's gonna come up with it. That's a great individual play by the senior Warren. He comes away with it. And now back onto the offensive end. And there's a timeout for Cam Holding and the Michigan State Spartans.
Chapman's been unbelievable in the ride game today. There hasn't been many open Michigan State players. They have struggled getting the ball up the field. Coach Hartley decides to go with that zone ride, and it's been very effective. Gets the 3 attackmen up high and really shrinks the field and makes it tough on Michigan State to get any looks on the clear game. So you got to stick with that for sure. I think they can generate a few more turnovers in this game, but it's been a great game so far. Good timeout there by Coach Holding.
Yes, certainly.
Get the ball in the box there pretty quickly because it took him so long.
And that was a really tough ground ball there by senior Jay Warren. And coming out this season, worked his way into the starting lineup. But during the 2016 season, diagnosed with thyroid cancer, able to fight that off and make his way back onto the team and into the starting lineup. So always nice to see a story like that, a success story, a true success story. And obviously out there playing hard, playing well today. Let's send it down to EJ, who's listening in on the huddle.
Yeah, guys, I was in Coach Holding's huddle with Michigan State. They're talking about on offense there, they want to make sure they value the ball. He stressed valuing possession here, not jamming the ball inside quite so much. Take the passes that are there. Look for them to dodge with maybe a sweep here and a fade across the top, trying to lure Chapman into that adjacent slide, setting up Charlie Pissner for a shot. Back to you guys.
Thanks, EJ. Pissner certainly has been the player with the hot hand for this squad.
No doubt about it. That kid can flat out shoot the rock. We've seen that on display here in the championship game on the big stage. He's got no fear catching and shooting that ball. And, you know, good report there by EJ. Give us the insight on what Michigan State would be looking for. And sounds like really smart out of Coach Holding to be looking for number 5 for sure.
And there's the low-to-low rip from Braun as he puts it in the back of the net and pushes the lead to 2, 8-6 in favor of the Spartans. Excellent movement on the offensive side for the boys in green.
Well, you just compare the two, like I've been talking about Chapman on the offensive end right now. It's getting stuck in one guy's stick. As you see this awesome review right here by our boys from Prodigy, watch the ball movement. It goes from one guy's stick to the next, tic-tac-toe. Not much that goaltender can do on that shot right there. Low to low, perfectly placed. You saw a great angle of the shot right there. Big time goal by Michigan State here in the 4th.
Alberta wins the draw, but no one there to get the face-off. Pickup on the ground ball.
This is where Michigan State has struggled a little bit today, if anything. They haven't been great in this area.
Gets to Braun right there. Fights through it. Rebello able to get it. To Warren now. Pissner has the shorty matchup here. See if they're able to switch off, and they are. Still plenty of time left in this game, but we saw Michigan State do a great job of milking the clock against BYU in their victory on Thursday. Nick Bowman coming from up top, working on the short stick. Great trail check as he fights through 4-5 and puts one in the back of the net. And he's able to see, let's see if the goal counts, and it does. Gets that one in before he is in the crease. And this is the largest lead of the game for either team. 3 goals as we're gonna get a good look at the replay on here. Great individual effort by Nick Bowman.
Yeah, for sure. Number 1, Nick Bowman. That's an individual effort for sure. Doesn't get any more individualized than that one right there. He goes through, it seemed like the whole Chapman defense. The one thing that I would say on that play right there is Chapman was sliding to the sticks. You got to take the body in that situation and put Bowman, number 1, on his back.
Coach Hartley wants to talk it over with his boys. After giving up a couple of quick ones to the Spartans, Coach Hartley can feel this one slipping away, and he wants to talk it over with the team in white. A couple of more tweets coming in. Michael Brand says he's calling a 4 OT win for Chaptown. Saying we're doing a great job. The win looks fun. Feels fun.
Oh, that's really nice by Coach Brand. Real nice guy. Where's he tuning in from? San Antonio,
Gotta be
Texas?
San Antone. It's likely a little warmer there. Brian, go Chap, get that ship. Coach Chad Donnelly saying that he agrees with you that it needs to go through number 7 on the offensive side.
Yeah, absolutely, Coach Donnelly. We haven't seen it enough today. You're here in the big stage in the championship game, and that kid is completely lights out when he has the ball on his stick. I think every single possession, that ball's got to go through number 7. He's a very smart player. He makes great decisions, so it's not like you're risking that he's going to turn the ball over. I think that the only thing that's going to do is you know, generate offense, much needed offense for Chapman, and there's huge upside to having the ball at number 7 stick often.
We got EJ who's down there listening in on the huddle. What do you got for us?
Guys, I was in the Chapman huddle there. Very positive right now, very positive. The first words out of Coach Hartley's mouth when the team came to the sideline, it's 3 goals, that's no big deal. 3 goals, no big deal. All right, on the offensive huddle, they're preaching quick ball movement and tucking their sticks when they get by people and playing together, moving off ball. They're gonna keep running their same system that they've been running, but they just wanna be better executed. Back to you guys.
And Alberta wins the face-off. That's a big one. Gets it to Bonham. Bonham with the bounce pass, gets it to McGurk.
Good report there by EJ Freeman, and we talked about kind of the experience. This is, you know, Coach Hartley, it's not his first rodeo here. He's brought this team to the title game They play at a high level, and they should be very composed at this stage of the game. It is only 3, and as fans of lacrosse, you all know that goals come in bunches, and it's a game of runs and flow.
Yeah, especially with the success that we've seen, these players have at the face-off X. I mean, certainly, and there we go, gets the switch, look like it. And there's a finish right there for Garner. And on cue, he's able to put that one in the back of the net. But Garner, let's get some water coming in. But Garner able to put that one in the back of the net as we get a look at the replay here. Just gets by his man.
Yeah, like I said, he's really crafty. He knows angles, knows how to get a little step on his defenseman, and then he can bury from all different locations on the field. He's got both hands that he can utilize. So can't say enough good about number 7, Dylan Garner. The guy's playing at a high level, but like I was saying, in response to Coach Chad's tweet there, is you got to get him the ball every single possession here down the stretch.
Gnord loses the handle, but able to get it to his man, flips it off. Pissner with it now. And there's a flag down. Chapman had too many players on the field. Now Haliburta chasing. Chapman goes to the double here, still 7 minutes to play. Drops to the center. Coach Hartley letting the officials hear it a little bit. See how much time Michigan State's going to be able to take off the clock here.
They got to go in there and pressure that ball though, right? If you're Chapman right now, you got an extra guy in the middle of the field, go double this guy. Go double it. Don't let him just sit back there and do this. It's precious minutes that you're burning off the clock. Even if they put the shot clock on there, I still think you go double.
Now the shot clock on. Ostrink was just holding. Toda and Haliburta down there on defense. Saw him attack the double earlier in the game and end up with a G. Ostrink turned back by Haliburta, loses the handle, picks the ball back up, looks inside, loses his man. There's a push from Braun, but the ball goes out. And now we're going to see a 30-second technical going against the Panthers for too many men on the field. So 30 seconds for the Spartans to push the lead back to 3 here at the 6-minute mark in the 4th quarter. The championship trophy on the line.
Good offenses, high-powered defense. No bigger time for Chapman's man-down unit to shine than right now. This is a huge opportunity, a huge point in the game, and this could be a big-time shutdown out of them if they can find out a little recipe to stop Michigan State from generating a shot and or a goal.
And that one finds the back of the net. 41 playing big. Ethan Harding, the freshman, listed at 5'5", but playing like a big man today.
Ethan Harding, roll this one if you can, guys, all the way through the celebration. This guy is just going nuts. Great shot. 41, Harding rips it off the pipe and in. Little how you doing?
That's number 7 on the season for Harding. Big time to step up for the young fella. And that one forward. See if Stevens can come up with it. That's Chapman's ball, Jack Phillips. See, fights through a couple. And Osterink stays on the offensive side, but just barely. A little teamwork there from Pissner as he gets his stick back on the right side of the field. Chapman down 3 goals, 5 minutes to play. Time for a little urgency here.
Time for a little urgency. It's time for a little Garner, number 7. Pop out and get the ball. Go to work, my man.
Use that two-man game, try to get him free. Parker Core moves it. There's the shot. It looked like that one hit the back of the net. But the officials didn't see it that way. Garner inside again, takes the shot, draws the flag, unable to get the penalty. But I have to tell you, if we can get a look at that on the replay screen, it looked like that one hit the back of the net.
Guys, I'm on goal line extended. I'm almost 100% sure that was a goal. Coach Hartley is furious right now.
Yeah, you can tell on that for sure. That thing looked like it was
that
100%
one looks like it
from here.
Hit the netted portion there. Let's get a look here in slow motion as that one comes through, and that's where it hits the net about 4 inches down and then pops back out. Great work on the replay. We'll see if that one factors in, but that one absolutely hit the back of the net. Coach Hartley rightfully furious about that call, but they're able to get the man down opportunity here. You can't get all the calls. No one is going to decide the game, but that one is certainly a big call for the officials to make.
Yeah, you got to stay patient here and keep your composure if you're Chapman.
And that one, the freshman Horwin off the mark. A big game in the semifinal. Almost back to even strength here. Bonham with it. Gets it to Garner. 21 wants it again, and he hits the pipe. Even strength, 6-on-6, just under 4 to play. Garner able to pull that one in. Now working on Gnord. It's a different matchup than he's seen all day. Keeping his head up, looking for help. Sees it up top. And there's another one from the freshman just off the mark. Benitez comes off, Core coming in through the box. Bonham gets the shot, big save by Bolin, excellent ground ball. Dybczynski looking for help, lobs it over, finds Clay. They move the ball up the field. Gnord looks like he pulled up a little bit there. Wants the team to slow down, just over 3 to play.
If you're Chapman, you got to press out in this situation right here. Get them a little bit out of their comfort zone, but Michigan State has been very good at being patient and showed a lot of composure, being able to get the ball around and take a good chunk of time off the clock each and every possession. So this is what they're really good at, and Chapman's going to have their hands full trying to get that ball back.
Rich out of the cage on Ostrink as you see the double. Bowman coming off. Pistner looking for a little bit of help. He's taking as much as these precious seconds off as he can. Gnord coming in with a pole just in case. And there's the shot from outside, that one off the mark.
It's just not a very good shot right there by Pistner. He shot it very well today, but that's a bad turnover. You don't have anybody to back up that shot there. The shot clock wasn't slapped on you yet. Take your time.
Gets it to Garner. And that shot off the mark, going to stay with the Panthers. Bonham turns the corner, takes the shot, scores the bouncer. The lead is now 2. That goal didn't make its way onto the board. Looking very important right now at the 146 mark. 2-goal deficit. This is an important face-off for the Panthers as we get another look at this one.
Yeah, Wiley Bonham gets topside on his defenseman, and his strength, the biggest strength of his game is being able to shoot the ball. And he shows it right there that he knows what to do with it, puts a nice bounce shot past Michigan State. Big-time goal by Chapman, 1:47 on the clock now, and plenty of time, but you got to get a nice face-off win here and get that ball back in your offensive end.
And that one deked out. Gnord kicks it, hasn't come up with it. And that one, you see it just a home run swing. The flag is down. Let's see what the call is from the official. 77 into the box, Gnord. And this is a big penalty. Gnord going down, holding his shoulders, trainer out to take a look. But that's going to be a slash, 1 minute. This is a big opportunity for the Panthers with 1:37 to play. Benitez brings it in. As Chapman works it around. McGurk, Benitez, Miller, Horwin, Bonham, and Garner for the Panthers.
Move the ball, keep it hot. That's where you're so good when you do that.
And Horwin takes the shot, a little too tall. Coach Hartley wants to talk it over. 26 seconds in the penalty, as Chapman's going to have an opportunity here. But what's the call here?
The call is to get that ball extremely hot. They got a lot of talent out there on this man-up unit. I wouldn't call it to a certain player. I think you just got to make that Michigan State defense move and get the ball moving faster than the rotation and find something on the doorstep to bang one in the back of the net.
I mean, an opportunity like this, maybe you take the chance to shut a player like Garner off if he doesn't start with it.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I think, you know, a little wrinkle out of Michigan State maybe.
And Patrick A. Brown, 94. If this one comes down to a one-goal game, he says he's going to lose it after that missed call. Send it over to EJ. What do you got for us?
Well, guys, I was in the Chapman huddle there. They're going to come out here in an open set and look for Wiley Bonham to be the trigger man here. They're going to get it to him, and he can either dump it low or high in their setup right now. But they want him to draw attention and then make a decision based on where that help comes from. Back to you guys.
About 20 seconds left to go in this penalty. Big opportunity for the Panthers. As you heard EJ, they'll be looking for number 8. McGurk comes away with it. Chapman moving the rock. Arner moving it back into the rotation. Look inside, and there's a great shot by McGurk, and he's in the crease. Boland moving the ball up. And that one too long, but it's going to stay in. Is Pistner going to be able to run it down? Rich comes up with it. He takes the hit. He tries to get away. Great effort, and there's the ground ball, and he's out of bounds. And timeout to Michigan State. What a play and what a call. And this one comes down to the senior, Samuel Robbins, coming up with a gritty ground ball, and Coach Cam Holding with the heads-up call. 24 seconds left to play on this one. Things looking like it might be all she wrote for the championship game. DJ sitting in on the Chapman huddle. Hear what Coach Hartley is drawing up. Have to think they'll be coming out in some sort of double here. EJ, what do you got for us?
They're going to double the ball with Souza and Blanchard here. They've got all their other middies, or everyone else is going to be shutting off, including the goalie, and they're ready to match feet. So if they try to play a midfield line game, their attackmen are going to come over with their defensemen or whoever's over the field. Back to you guys.
Thanks, EJ. But gonna need to get a takeaway here pretty quick. 24 seconds left in this one. Osterink loses the handle, and it's coming back the other way now for the Panthers. Under 20 seconds, they got to move the ball up quickly. No time to mess around. Still down 2 Gs, and that one up by Souza. Chapman doesn't look like they're going to be able to come up with it. And that's how the game is going to end. Michigan State, for the first time in program history, hoisting the championship trophy. Chapman going begging for the second year in a row. The Spartans celebrate as they go and catch Boland, their goalie, winning the game 10-8.
That's a really good lacrosse game to watch and be a part of. Michigan State played one heck of a good game of lacrosse out there. Well deserved. They got some good play out of their offense. Both goaltenders played great. And, you know, it's a game of little things that happen throughout the course of the game. And a couple turnovers.
But you look at this Spartan team and deserving of their championship trophy, as they had no easy task on their way here. Had to take down Oregon, Virginia Tech, and then Brigham Young. And eventually the Chapman Panthers on their way to winning the championship. As I mentioned, the first championship at the MCLA level in program history. 55 seasons of playing lacrosse in East Lansing, and they're coming away with the victory. Well represented, both on Twitter, watching the game, as well as in person, with the flags and the fans coming down to the fence to greet the players as they begin to head over to the championship trophy presentation. But you have to look at Hunter Stevens and the adjustments that he made at the face-off X in the second half, playing a massive role after going nearly 0 in the first.
Yeah, he did the same thing against BYU in the semis. Got beat up pretty good in the first half and really started to understand something about what the opposing team face-off was trying to do, and he made those adjustments and had that same kind of result today in today's matchup. Got much better in the second half. He was huge for Michigan State, and you know, give it up for Chapman on the season that they've had. And you know, a lot of the players right now consoling number 7 Dylan Gardner. This was his last go at it, and you know, being a lacrosse player and somebody that's played in the big games, you can appreciate the fact that you know, everybody on the team's got so much respect for that kid, and what a heck of a career he's had at Chapman.
Certainly, and you take a look at the seniors and all they've done to build this program. Hunter Stevens on that list, as well as Brett Braun, and of course Jay Warren, and the biggest ground ball of the day going to Samuel Robbins. But the seniors on this squad doing such a great job. I mean, EJ, you look at this game and warriors out there going to battle.
Absolutely. Just every loose ball, every ground ball was a fight, and Michigan State just was not going to back down. That's a difficult thing to do against a team like Chapman. There are no easy ground balls, no easy plays against them, and Michigan State just matched them and was the better team, and they rewarded Coach Holding's confidence. He was confident all week, and they rewarded that. You know, really impressed by Michigan State this week.
And you see the players coming together to shake hands. Nothing but respect and admiration between these teams. The officials got to keep the laundry in their pockets as a hard-fought game ends Sparty's way, but a clean game between these teams. And I'm sure the Chapman Panthers and the Michigan State Spartans will see each other again in the future as we see Michigan State head towards the center of the field as they're able to celebrate their victory in this championship game. We'll send it over to them for the championship trophy presentation in just a few minutes, but thank you to all of you at home. As we can see the tweets coming in, a lot of support for both teams, not only during the game but after, as these tweets come through. Crying tears of joy for Mary Fasone. Congratulations, MSU. But I'm not sure you could ask for a better pair of games to end this tournament. 32 teams started, 2 teams now stand. What an epic finish today.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This was an awesome week out here in Salt Lake City. From start to finish, got a whole new love and appreciation for this MCLA Lacrosse. First class all the way. It was a very well-run tournament. A lot of good people involved in this game across the country. Under Armour's support of the event. Prodigy for the job that they did. I mean, some of the camera shots that these guys were giving us throughout the course of the week, just first class camera work here. So great job. It's been awesome for me to be out here in Salt Lake City. This was my first time, and got to watch some really good lacrosse and check out 32 different teams. And it's been a busy week. It's been a great week, and to your point there, very deserving championship wins by Michigan State.
North Dakota State.
And North Dakota State in the earlier one, yes. So
double overtime classic.
Yeah, guys, how about the Upper Midwest, both teams?
Yeah.
Represent.
Big victories, both in green as well. But you have to think that 1963 Michigan State team, a number of those players made it out for alumni weekend this year. Talked to the boys about the importance of this program and what it meant to them. And now they're able to carry the torch. One loss on the season, but got the victory when they needed it. But let's send it down and just enjoy the pictures as this team collects their medals and their trophy. Don't go anywhere. We'll have Ken Lubbock down there, MCLA president, to present the trophy to the Michigan State Spartans in their first ever MCLA championship.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring it to the table.
Thanks, Jack. Before we get to the awards, we just want to thank our sponsors: Under Armour, Universal Lacrosse, Guardian, the Pearl Balls, U.S. Lacrosse, and obviously all the members of the MCLA teams that traveled out here to Salt Lake City, Utah for this first year. How about a round of applause for Chapman? A great championship game. Before we give the team award, we're going to give one individual award that goes to the tournament MVP, goalie Kevin Bolin. Kevin, what do you say to this?
Go green!
And this small item here, where is Coach? Cam, come on up. Cam holding. On behalf of the MCLA, it's my honor to present you with the Division I champion trophy. Whoop, 2018 champions, the Michigan State Spartans. How about it? How about it?
In Division 1, the North Dakota State Bison. In Division 2, fans, we hope you've had a great time here at the 22nd MCLA National Championship Tournament powered by Under Armour. We thank you for your attendance this weekend and your support of lacrosse all year long. Be sure to follow the MCLA all year, MCLA.US. Once again, we appreciate your attendance and support of lacrosse at the MCLA National Championship Tournament powered by Under Armour. Congratulations to Michigan State and North Dakota State. We'll see you next year right back here in Salt Lake. Please travel home safely.
Like we've got EJ down there with winning coach Cam Holding. Take it away.
Coach Holding, congratulations. First national championship in program history. What's that mean for your program?
That's huge for the program. These guys set out a team goal at the beginning of the year, and we just achieved it. They worked hard and earned it.
Yeah, you guys have been impressive all year. What was the secret behind you guys just building as the year went on and just getting it done this year?
Secret was just coming together as a team, gelling as a team, and kind of excelling at all positions. Started with Kevin Boland. Our defense was solid, didn't allow double digits all season, and offense shelled out. So.
Great. You guys were playing with a lot of confidence all week. It was really impressive. It looked like it sort of flowed down from you. The team just sort of took on your attitude of very confident. Do you think that was a huge piece of you guys this week?
Yeah, I mean, before every game, we gave them a game plan, and like I said, they just came out and executed. They had fun. We didn't do anything that we hadn't practiced, and they just, like I said, executed. It was perfect.
Well, congratulations, Coach. It was a really impressive performance all week. Way to go. It's back to you.
And certainly an impressive performance for Michigan State as they come away with the 2-goal victory, 10-8 over the number 1 seed and previously unbeaten Chapman Panthers. Before we put a bow on this whole week, Ryan, anything else you'd like to add?
I just think that it was an awesome week out here in Salt Lake City. I think that the level of lacrosse is really strong. It was fun to watch a bunch of schools that I hadn't ever seen before play this great game of lacrosse, and the passion and love for the game kind of comes right in the focal point when you're out here. You see how much this sport means to so many people. And it was a great week and great championship games, but all the games all week were really good. And, you know, like I've been saying, I think the MCLA did a great job with these championships, and Prodigy was awesome. That delivered some great shots, and you know, just all the coverage that Lacrosse All-Stars provides for this great championship as well. So all around, nothing but great things to say about my time in Salt Lake City. I'm glad that I was here. Looking forward to getting home to see my wife for Mother's Day tomorrow morning. I'm out on the red eye tonight, but it's been nice working with you, partner, and let's do it again sometime.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. And you watched the 2018 MCLA National Championship Tournament powered by Under Armour. What a wonderful host here in Salt Lake at the Regional Athletic Complex. And, you know, obviously, thank you out to everyone that made this event come together between the officers of the MCLA and, of course, Prodigy, and all the hard work that goes into putting on a tournament that went as seamless as this. Everyone that helped, sincere thank you to all of you. And it was a pleasure to work with you, Ryan. I really appreciate it. And, of course, EJ here for the last couple of days. But that is going to do it for another successful tournament for the MCLA. 2 first-time champions, North Dakota State on the D2 side, Michigan State on the D1 side. Congratulations to those teams and their fans. Thanks so much for tuning in. Until next year, for Ryan Powell, EJ Freeman, I'm Chris Marshall.